Here's what I've learned from kids. The parents who struggle the most with phone boundaries aren't the ones who are too strict. They're the ones who've negotiated away their authority because they're afraid of maybe disconnection or causing conflict. It's all about regulation, our own selves, our own emotions before we connect. Hold the boundary without anger or fear before real connection can actually happen. That is the foundation for dealing with phones. But let's move back a bit and start about what we know of how we can change culture, as in the cell phone culture. This actually is what we learned from the cigarette revolution. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about cigarettes because it's completely relevant for what we want to do today with cell phones. In the 1890s, women just didn't smoke in front of others. It just wasn't done. It was completely frowned upon. And even in 1904, a woman named Miss Jenny Lasher got 30 days in prison for smoking in front of her children. True story. But in 1929, Edward Bernays, the pioneer of propaganda, hired women to march down Fifth Avenue on Easter Sunday in a parade, smoking cigarette. He called it the torches of freedom. And within years then, the smoking culture shifted where it went from completely shameful for women to empowering. But then we realized that smoking caused cancer. And guess what? Everything changed. Laws were put into place to stop smoking in public places entirely. And shockingly, was society adjusted faster than anticipated. And now today, clean air is considered a given in our culture. So all of this to say, we saw changing culture with smoking, and I know that we can do it with screens. Now, let's talk about smartphones and teen mental health. It was in 2007 that Steve Jobs introduced the iPhone. And in 2008, the App Store came out. Teen girls ages 10 to 14 were hit the hardest, and teens report loneliness more than ever and any other generation, despite being more connected than ever before. So how do we respond? These are 3 specific steps to set cell phone boundaries in your home. These aren't punishment strategies. They're about teaching your teen the skill they need the most, which is emotional regulation. Here's step number 1. Decide what you stand for when it comes to parenting teens and screen times, not what other parents are doing and not what your teen wants. What do you believe about phones in your home? Where do you want your family to be as a phone family in 6 months from now? So what do you want dinner behavior to look like? The dinner table. What about bedtime routines, school mornings? Write it down, be specific, because if you don't know where you're going, you will negotiate away every boundary when your teen pushes back. This is about getting clear on your values before the fight happens.